Morning. It's not quite 8 o'clock. Just walking past some houses, so keeping the volume down. Yesterday was so tough, so no video clip last night at the time we got off the hill. You'll see my footwear's different. My Hulkers are in the back of the pack, top of the pack. These are the game changers for today. My very old Vivobarefoot Ultra 2s. I've put the insoles, my Superfeet insoles out my boots in, and I've got my last pair. I actually trashed my other pair of Injinji socks with all the tape on my feet and the abrasion yesterday, just cut holes in them. So I'm down to my last pair of socks and I'm walking in a pair of pimped out Crocs, so let's see how the rest of the day goes. Hello there. Right, so this is after I've actually got back, so it's a future me. Just wanted to kind of do the kind of map bit. It was proving increasingly difficult given the weather and some of the later nights walking, so I thought I would try this instead, so hopefully this will work. So as I said, the Kintail Lodge was closed, so we just camped actually down there. So on didn't quite get to where I intended to on day 4, not far away, only a few kilometres behind, so that was a big day. So as you'll see, I made some changes with my footwear. I think you'll see that shortly, and that's made such a difference. I think it was the difference between continuing and stopping. So you just take the little path that's just at the kind of towards the back of the hotel, takes you off the road there, and as you come round you've got a wee shop as well, which wasn't open because I'd started so early. Then come round towards where the caravan park is, and some other bits and pieces. So pleasant walking, again a little bit more tarmac than you'd maybe like, and then out past the outdoor centre, and really nice. Kind of, there was a working party going out and improving the path up here as well. So it was. This was a lovely part of the walk actually. Nice path, and nice on the feet. So walked all the way through, and of course I'm heading towards the falls. Is what I was hoping to get to that day. So not bad timing up here. The path was pretty good. And this continues on 5, which is down here, so as you come out of the woods, and managing to take this all the way through. Falls of Glomach were actually astounding. I don't think the photographs will do it justice. That took a bit longer than I'd anticipated, and in fact coming down here, once you were coming down, which is very steep and tricky, just take your time please when you're coming down this kind of area here. Then nip across, grab this track, nice easy going here. I actually made some decent time, but this took me ages here, just being really cautious and careful, and made up good time here actually. So way after 6 o'clock by the time I did get finished, and the weather here really turned just about past I think it's Iron Lodge, isn't it? Yeah. And then you kind of veer all the way up, and this is just steep. It's not nice, and the weather was poor. It was just throwing rain and sleet and high wind at me, so this was a real drudge. And then you kind of get over at the Bhuidhe, and it's just super swampy. I mean, it's impossible not to get soaked. I was absolutely drenched. I would defy you. So ended up the wind chill was that bad. I actually ended up kind of trying to jog some of it rather than trying to take my wet layers off and put insulating layers on. And when I eventually saw the Bothy, so was it Maol Bhuidhe, if they pronounce it correctly, I was humming and singing 70s disco songs on the way in until I realised there was people actually standing in the door already. Really nice couple of English lads there who'd come up for their annual visit to the area. So that ended up being a really long day. There's not really any camping along here, by the way, just to kind of stress that. you're kind of committed once you're out past certainly this area. So you're kind of committed to getting to the Bothy, just bear that in mind. So I hope that was useful, and I'll continue to pop these in as well. Okay. Well, it's done again, the rain is off, it's a little bit cloudy, which is quite nice. It's really enjoying it actually. My feet aren't too bad either, so still managing with the Vivobarefoots, and Glomac Falls is kind of that way, I think. Well, the falls of Glomac. Quite steep and scary. Aye, Sniper here, and another quick clip to pop in. So this was the day I kind of noticed that my hip belt wasn't. I thought I'd just been losing some weight, it wasn't quite so tight. So I think on the day, seen the day previous when I said the weather turned really bad, I was slipping and fell quite a few times trying to get up the Beelach, up to the ridge, and so I'm pretty sure. I don't think this is a problem with the rucksack. I think this was me falling, so a bit of user error. So this had ripped all the way down, and I was obviously in danger of detaching all here. So I'm in two minds whether to call that a gear failure. What you'll see is, and later on in one of the videos, stopping early allowed me to do some repairs in the field, and I think that's important, and it was a good lesson for me. So make sure you've got things there. That's actually, I'd taken a needle and I had dental floss, which I'd read was stronger than thread, and I can testify to that. I think that's, it might not look pretty, but I think it's pretty strong, and it's, saved me thinking, well, that's the end of the rucksack. So that's the Gregory Optic. I fell down, ripped that up, and managed to repair it in the field. So I was quite pleased with myself, my handiwork.